Part 1, A Quiet Street. Mark lives on a quiet street in a small town. He moved there 3 months ago. Most of his neighbors are friendly. They say hello when they see him. But one neighbor is different. Every night, a light turns on in the window of the house across the street. Mark never sees anyone enter or leave that house. The curtains are always closed. People on the street call it the silent house. Mark is curious, but he does not ask questions. He thinks it is not polite. Part 2, A Strange Sound. One evening, Mark is reading a book. Suddenly, he hears a strange sound from outside. It is like metal falling on the ground. He looks out the window. The light in the silent house is on again. But this time, the door is slightly open. Mark feels a little nervous. He keeps watching, but nothing happens. He decides to go back to his book. But he cannot stop thinking about the sound. Part 3, Meeting Emma. The next morning, Mark is taking out the trash. He sees a woman standing near the silent house. She is looking at the door with a confused face. Mark walks closer and asks, "Is everything okay?" The woman smiles politely. "My name is Emma," she says. "I just moved into this house." Mark is surprised. He says, "I didn't know anyone lived here." Emma laughs a little. "Yes, I arrived late last night. I dropped something at the door, that was probably the noise." Mark feels relieved. Finally, the mystery is solved. Or at least he thinks so. Part 4, Something Feels Wrong. Over the next few days, Mark sees Emma a few times. She always seems busy. She talks quickly and often looks around nervously. One afternoon, Mark sees her carrying a heavy box. He offers help. Emma refuses and says, "No, thank you. I can handle it." But her hands are shaking. Mark walks away, but the situation feels strange. Why is she so nervous? What is inside the boxes? Part 5, A Rainy Night. One night, it rains heavily. Thunder shakes the windows. Mark cannot sleep. Suddenly, he hears knocking at his door. He opens it and sees Emma. She is completely wet and looks scared. "I'm sorry," she says. "Something happened. Can I come in for a moment?" Mark lets her inside and gives her a towel. He asks gently, "What's wrong?" Emma hesitates. "I think someone is watching my house," she says quietly. "I saw a man outside my window tonight." Mark walks away, but the situation feels strange. Why is she so nervous? What is inside the boxes? Part 6, The Secret. Mark listens carefully. Emma continues. "I didn't tell you the truth. I moved here because I needed a quiet place. I am writing a book about crime stories. But last week, something strange happened. Someone started following me." Mark feels shocked. "Do you know who it is?" he asks. Emma shakes her head. "I have no idea. But I saw a shadow near my window tonight. I was too afraid to stay there."
Part 7, Checking the House. When the rain becomes lighter, Mark decides to help Emma check her house. They take umbrellas and walk together. The street is dark and empty. The silent house looks even scarier in the rain. Mark opens the door slowly. Everything seems normal. No sign of a break-in. No strange footprints. No open windows. But when they walk into the living room, Mark notices something unusual. A chair near the window is moved. Emma whispers, "I didn't put the chair there." Part 8, A Visitor. Suddenly, they hear a noise from the kitchen. Emma grabs Mark's arm. They walk quietly toward the sound. When Mark turns on the light, they both freeze. A small black cat jumps from the counter and runs past them. Emma lets out a long breath. Mark laughs and says, "Well, I think we found your intruder." Emma starts laughing too. The fear slowly disappears. Part 9, A New Friendship. They sit in the living room for a while. Emma explains more about her book. She says she is not used to living alone in a quiet town. Every small sound scares her. Mark understands. He tells her that the street is safe and calm. He also says he can help if she ever feels unsafe again. Emma thanks him warmly. "I'm really glad you are my neighbor," she says. Part 10, A Peaceful Ending. The next morning, the sun shines again. Emma adopts the black cat and names it Shadow. Mark helps her buy food and toys for it. The silent house is not silent anymore. Emma opens her curtains. She waves at people passing by. She looks relaxed and happy. Mark feels good too. He has a new friend. And the street feels more alive. He says to himself, sometimes, a mystery is just the beginning of a friendship.